الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد. عن سعيد بن أبي الحسن قال: كانت قبيعة سيف رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من فضة. Sa'id ibn Abi al-Hasan said that grip for the sword of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was of silver. حدثنا أبو جعفر محمد بن سدران البصري أخبرنا طالب بن حجير عن هود وهو ابن عبد الله بن سعيد عن جده قال: دخل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مكة يوم الفتح وعلى سيفه ذهب وفضة. قال طالب: فسألته عن الفضة فقال: كانت قبيعة السيف فضة. Second Hadith Sharif, Ibn Abdullah ibn Sa'id narrating from his grandfather, he said that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam entered Makkah Mukarramah onto the conquest of Makkah Mukarramah, onto the day when Makkah Mukarramah was conquered, and onto the sword Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam there was gold and silver. Talib said, so I asked about the silver. He replied that grip for the sword Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was of silver. We have started this chapter which is describing sword of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. How was the sword of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam? And in this chapter there are 4 narrations, 4 riwayat. We have done first, second and third, and all of them narrating that the grip from where you hold the sword, it was of silver. And according to the commentator, that this sword which Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was holding onto the day of the conquest of Makkah Mukarramah, the name of that sword was Zulfaqar. Name of that sword was Zulfaqar. When we did first riwayat, we were talking about that when weapons were used under the guidance of Quran and Sunnah, then those weapons became weapons of mass protection. Whenever weapons were used under the guidance of Quran and Sunnah by its worthy people, then that weapon served only one purpose. That weapon became weapon of mass protection. And whenever weapons were used while neglecting teaching of Quran and Sunnah, then weapons became weapon of mass destruction. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us correct understanding. Sahaba, imagine Sahaba, how committed they were with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that they have narrated everything. They have narrated everything. Alhamdulillah, we have a Jamaat. And whatever Maulana Ilyas Sahib rahmatullah alayhi promoted through this Dawat and Tabligh, everything based on Quran and Sunnah. Everything based on Quran and Sunnah. An example, we have shared before also. Al-Qama, one of the great Tabi'i, he traveled from Kufa to Damascus, from Kufa to Damascus. While he was traveling, he was making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma yassirli jalisan salihan. O Allah, make it easy that when I go to Damascus, I have righteous company. I have pious company. This is the dua of a tabi'i. Whenever Jamaat travels from one town to another town, when they are being taught adab of Jamaat, going out into the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the adab and from the manners, they are being told that any town, any city you are visiting, make intention that whoever is scholarly person, pious person, righteous person, you will go and meet him. You will go and make requests of dua to him. This is from the adab of khuruj, dawat to tabligh. Comes out directly from tabi'in. One of the hadith sharif narrated by Bukhari Sharif, one of the hadith sharif narrated by Bukhari Sharif, like now, we having little muzakara. Where this muzakara comes from? You go into the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have talim taking place, muzakara taking place. It is also based onto the teaching of Quran and Sunnah. Sahaba, whenever they will come together, they used to say, Ijlis bina nu'min sa'ata. Let us sit down for a while. We sit down to chat, to kill time, to entertain ourselves. Sometimes our getting together serves no good purpose. Sahaba, whenever they used to come together, they used to say, Ijlis bina nu'min sa'ata. Let us sit down together. Why? Because when we will sit down together, we will share something from Quran and Sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And as a result, we will derive Iman from that. You mentioning an example, Hadith Sharif. You mentioned Quran. So, you got to bring Iman onto the statement of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When you talk of Quran, you got to bring Iman onto Quran. Whatever Quran teaches, whatever Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught, you got to believe it firmly. So that ayat and that riwayat becomes nourishment for your Iman. That ayat and riwayat becomes nourishment for your Iman. Exactly on the same way you are mentioning Sahaba. If you are mentioning their Iman, then indirectly you are inviting yourself that I must have Iman like the Iman of Sahaba. Like we have Jamaat here. One of the founder of this Jamaat, Hazrat Jimana Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah Alayh, he used to say that whenever you will give da'wat, you will give da'wat towards the Iman of Sahaba, towards the Amal of Sahaba, towards the sacrifices of the Sahaba, towards the Zuhud of Sahaba, towards the Yaqeen of Sahaba. So, their Iman, their Yaqeen, their Amal will become measurement. And he used to say that, and he is not saying on his own. That's what we are saying, that what your Hazrat Jima Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi or Mona Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi taught, everything based on Quran and Sunnah. So he used to say, and one of these statements made by Mona Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi, and we can summarize or we can share the essence, that even one day is remaining into the day of Qiyamah. Even one day is remaining. Even one day before Qiyamah, whenever you will call people towards the Iman of Sahaba, towards the Amal of Sahaba. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَقَدْ اهْتَدَوْا. If they bring Iman, he traveled from Kufa to Damascus and he made dua. Allahumma yassir li jalisan salihan. Allah, give me righteous company. Love and muhabbat and aqidat. Then then you will derive benefit from him. Hazrat Jima Ilyas rahmatullahi used to say that nuqush, this is, these prints are called, whatever is printed here is called nuqush. So he used to say that from printed letters, deen will not come. From printed letters, deen will not come. Where the deen will come? Deen will come from nufus. He used to say in Urdu, nuqush se deen nahi aayega, nufus se deen aayega. What it means? That from these printed letters, deen will not come. Deen will come to you from the hearts. And that deen is valid. That deen is valid. The deen earned or learned from here, it's not valid. If it is being approved by some individual, by some personality, then it will be valid. That's why, we have two chains of narration. Kitabullah, Rijalullah. Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Quran is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent many books. Tawrat was sent, Zabur was sent, Injil was sent, and the final Kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Quran. So Kitab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Kitabullah and Rijalullah. Books of Allah and people of Allah. Books of Allah and people of Allah. Books of Allah will be applied onto the people of Allah. This Quran Majid will be applied onto Nabi Sallallahu. Whatever Nabi Sallallahu says about this Quran will be valid. Whatever Nabi Sallallahu says about this Quran, it will be valid. You read Quran, and if you know Arabic, you translate it, and that has been not being taught by Nabi Sallallahu, then your understanding is wrong. If you remember, yesterday we were talking that when it comes to understanding and when it comes to the wording of Quran and Sunnah, two things. When it comes to wordings of Quran and Sunnah, and when it comes to understanding of Quran and Sunnah, it must have chain of narration for 14 centuries. Both. Understanding also and wording also. So I was just saying that Kitabullah, Rijalullah, books of Allah and people of Allah. So these books, they were applied, Tawrat, you cannot understand. When it was the time of Tawrat, no one can understand Tawrat without Musa alayhi salam. No one can understand Injil in his time without Isa alayhi salam. No one can understand Zabur in his time without Dawud alayhi salam. No one can understand Suhufi Ibrahim without Ibrahim alayhi salam. No one can understand Suhufi Musa without Musa alayhi salam. And no one can understand Quran without Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No one can understand Quran. So I was saying that when Al-Qama, Al-Qama rahmatullah alayhi presented himself to Abu Darda radiyallahu anhu. Why? Because see, that is what, when you come out into the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are being taught that when whichever town you go, whichever city you go, make intention that I am going to meet ulama of that town, pious people of that town, righteous people of that town. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us obedient to our whatever is being taught, by our akabir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us obedient. When it comes to obedience, Abdullah ibn Zubair radiyallahu anhu. Abdullah ibn Zubair radiyallahu anhu, one of the great sahabi. Next week, inshallah, when we will go through Aqidatul Tahawiyah, we'll discuss about this. That people like majority of us, we follow Hanafi school of thought. Hanafi school of thought, it is based onto two great Sahaba. Onto the Sahaba, but mainly onto two great Sahaba. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu and Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu. When it comes to Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi, his teaching also based onto Sahaba, but mainly onto Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhu. When it comes to Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi, his teaching also based onto the teaching of Sahaba, but mainly onto the teaching of Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu. When it comes to Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal rahmatullah alayhi, his whole mazhab is based onto the main teaching of Abdullah ibn Zubair radiallahu anhu. Abdullah ibn Zubair radiallahu anhu, he was very young. He was very young. In his lifetime, a confrontation took place between Muawiyah radiallahu anhu and Ali radiallahu anhu. A confrontation took place between Muawiyah and Ali radiallahu anhu. Imagine Abdullah ibn Zubair radiallahu anhu, how obedient he was to his father. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us obedient to our parents. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us obedient to our parents. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Al-Jannatu tahta aqdami ummahatikum. Jannat lies under the feet of your mums. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Ridhar Rabbu fi ridhal walid. If you want to please Allah, then please your father. Pleasure of Allah lies within the pleasure of father. Being said by Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Being said by Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What a great ranks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given it to parents. So when that confrontation was over, Abdullah ibn Zubair radiallahu anhu, he was onto the side of Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. And his heart wanted him to be onto the side of Ali radiallahu anhu. But look at the example, how obedient he was to his parents. When he was very young, one day his father, Zubair ibn Awwam radiallahu anhu, took complaint to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Zubair ibn Awwam radiallahu anhu took his complaint to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying that my Abdullah is always fasting. Every day fasting. When it comes to nights, my Abdullah is always onto the musalla. And so much so, he is newly wedded, but he is always fasting and he is always onto the musalla. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave him few options that reduce your fasting. Abdullah radiallahu anhu, because he was young, he did not choose easy option given by Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he was young. And when he became old, he used to say that I wish I would have chose that easy option which was suggested by Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because at certain time of your life you can do many things, but when you become old you cannot do that. So when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was giving him all those options, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Abdullah, always listen to your father, always obey your father. So when that confrontation became over between Muawiyah and Ali radiallahu anhuma, Abdullah radiallahu anhu said that I was into the army, but in reality I was not into the army. He said I was onto the side of Muawiyah, but in reality I was not onto the side of Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. It was appearing that I was into the battlefield, but I did not shoot any arrow, I did not use any weapon. He is saying this, and then he said that because Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said to me that listen to your father, obey your father, my heart wanted me to be onto the side of Ali radiallahu anhu. But my father said join me, so I just joined him. Why? Because Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said listen to your father. I just joined him. I never shot an arrow, I never physically participated into the battle. I was just adding the number, but otherwise I was doing nothing. And I did that because I was obeying my father. If it was not for Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say to me that listen to your father, then I would have not been in that position. So he said, I just obeyed Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that we obey our parents. We obey our parents. Yesterday Yesterday, when we were doing Aqidatul Tahawiyah, we did share that statement made by Abdullah ibn Mubarak rahmatullah alayh. Someone asked Abdullah ibn Mubarak rahmatullah alayh. There was two great personalities. One, Uwais Qarni rahmatullah alayh. He was one of the great tabi'i, such a great, pious, righteous tabi'i that Nabi Sallallahu praised him. Nabi Sallallahu said to the Sahaba, if you happen to see him, make request of dua for you. Such a great tabi'i. And Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahmatullah alayh, he was such a Khalifa that he brought the memory of the Khilafat of Umar radiallahu anhu. That's why it was said about him that he is second Umar. He was such a great, just ruler. So someone asked Abdullah ibn Mubarak rahmatullah alayh that who holds higher position and virtuous position? Either Uwais Qarni rahmatullah alayh, or Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahmatullah alayh, or Muawiyah radiyallahu anhu. So answer was given by Abdullah ibn Mubarak rahmatullah alayh, la ghubarun dakhala anfa fami anfa farasi Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu khayrun min Uwais al-Qarni wa min Umar ibn Abdul Aziz al-Marwani. He said that dust which entered into the nose of the horse of Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, it is more better than Uwais Qarni and then Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahmatullah alayhi. Why? Because Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is Sahabi. He gave that answer. That Uwais Qarni rahmatullah alayhi, he was into the time of Nabi Sallallahu. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahmatullah alayhi, he was not into the time of Nabi Sallallahu. Uwais Qarni was into the time of Nabi Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He stayed away from the suhbat of Nabi Sallallahu because he used to look after his mum. He served his mum. He obeyed his mum. He made khidmat of his mum so much that because of the khidmat, he could not become Sahabi. And Nabi Sallallahu even praised him. So, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that we listen to our parents, we obey our parents. Sahaba, they provided such examples. And it is shortcut to Jannat. It is shortcut to the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you obey your parents, you earn their pleasure for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be happy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in Quran he says, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he calls toward his tawheed, immediately he said, be good to your parents, be obedient to your parents, give them good treatment, give them obeying attitudes. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept these youngsters who had come out. They left their homes, they left their luxuries, and now they are into the masjid, into the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make them stars of Islam and stars of Quran and Sunnah and stars of Deed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept them as a means of providing guidance to the whole mankind. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu.